Sorry, I will restart again. So what happens in the tissue? You have carbon dioxide. This carbon dioxide will enter the capillary. When this enter the capillary, it will go inside the hemoglobin. So what happens? Carbon dioxide plus H2O. What happens? It forms carbonic acid. Okay, it forms carbonic acid. This becomes because of an reversible enzyme known as carbonic anhydrase. Okay, so what happens when you have carbonic acid? This carbonic acid is very unstable, so it will differentiate into an hydrogen carbonate ion and hydrogen ion. Okay, so this hydrogen carbonate ion, that is mostly bicarbonates, this bicarbonates will come out, okay, because it cannot stay inside, and then this hydrogen ion will, along with hemoglobin, will stay with the hemoglobin. Okay, now this happens in tissue. Now what happens? Now you have this very unstable bicarbonate. So during this phase, so this particular phase is happening here. Okay, is happening here and it is entering here. So here at this point, all this interaction is happening. Okay, but going to the next point, here at this next point, what happens? Whatever happened here, the ulta will happen in the lungs. Here what will happen? This hydrogen carbonated ion along with hydrogen ion which came from the hemoglobin will again become carbonic acid. This carbonic acid along with the reversible enzyme carbonic anhydrase will again become carbon dioxide and water. This carbon dioxide will go from the capillaries, from the pulmonary capillaries to the lungs. Okay, so this phase is happening. Where is this happening? Pulmonary capillaries. This is happening here. Okay, so this is your transport, carbon dioxide transport. Now coming to the topic of red cell destruction. What is red cell destruction? You know, after 120 days the RBCs will have to die, because that is a lifespan. So new red blood cells have to be formed. Now where do these red blood cells go? Red blood cells will go into, they will be removed by the macrophages of the reticuloendothelial system of the marrow, in the liver and in the spleen. These things will clear out the red blood cells. Okay, so here I have made given you a flow chart to understand what happens. So what happens is the old RBC, the immature RBCs, okay, the immature RBCs will be taken up by the macrophages. These macrophages are of the spleen, liver or the bone marrow. This, once the macrophage takes it, it will break the RBC. If you break the RBC, what you will get? You will get hemoglobin. This hemoglobin will break into RBC and heme. Globin, what will happen? Globin is actually amino acid. This amino acid will enter the blood vessel, then will enter the bone marrow and ultimately go to erythropoiesis. Okay, so this will again go for new RBCs. The heme that we have, heme is mostly iron. So this iron that we have, this iron will enter the blood vessels via the liver. Now iron cannot directly enter blood vessel, it has to enter via liver. When it enters via liver, there is a enzyme that is known as transferrin. You need this particular enzyme. Okay, so this particular enzyme will help iron to enter the circulation. So what happens? This iron will go into the bone marrow and will again help in erythropoiesis. Some amount of iron will become bilirubin, and this bilirubin will again enter your liver. This bilirubin that enters the liver will go to the duodenum. Once it goes to duodenum, it is excreted as bile. Now it has to finally get out of the body. How will it get out of the body? as urine or feces, and some amount is reabsorbed. Okay, so I have given you a diagram also over here. So what happened? Hemoglobin, some amount become iron. This iron will go into the bone marrow. The bilirubin will go to the liver and goes to the duodenum and becomes a part of the feces. That is stercobilinogen. Okay. This particular diagram is given in Hirschsprung. So what happens? Old cells, some immature cell will take out hemoglobin. Globin will go directly to the blood vessels, then go to the bone marrow. But the heme will become bilirubin will become bilirubin, and this bilirubin, by the bilirubin albumin cycle, will enter the liver. This will enter the liver. When it enters the liver, it will go to the intestine, that is the duodenum. When it enters the duodenum, it will be released as bile into feces as fecal stercobilinogen, and some amount in the urine is known as urobilinogen. Okay. Now, there are some values that you will have to know. This you will have to by heart because there is no option. Whenever you see a blood report, you see all these things. These are all the normal values. Okay, so these are common values for men and women, and these are different values for men and women. So thank you so much. We have come to the end of erythropoiesis also. If there is anything that you do not understand or you want me to repeat again, kindly send me screenshots, and thank you so much.